Okay, MDragon, you have the greatest questions. You have the greatest questions. Okay, I'm making videos. I make the videos up because there's so much to be said, and I can't get them all in the comments. Okay, if you're wondering, since you're a new subscriber, I'm just, in order to explain things where you can understand them, so much easier than writing it out. And it's a lot easier on me too. Okay, on top of the video that I had made for you, okay, you asked about angels. Do I believe in angels? Definitely. I've met two of them already. It's an awesome story. I think I have it up on video. You just have to search through my videos. Okay, it's beautiful, beautiful stories. Yeah, I do believe in angels. And I do believe that they come down and they have their work, what they specialize in, to help us humans. Because I'll tell you what, us humans are stupid, okay? And I think they pretty much keep us in line, either to teach us, to heal us, to spiritualize us, different reasons. There's definitely guardian angels out there. Oh yeah. I know, let's say 3. I think I've met 3 of them. One when I was a teenager and 2 about maybe 10 years ago. So, if you look up that video, you'll find it. They are good spirits to help us, definitely. Definitely. The only thing I have to warn about with whether or not they are here to help us, yes, they are. But are they in disguise? Demons can take on any form that they want. There are rules on the other side that they have to abide by. Like when I go into fasting, fasting is for 3 days. 3 days is the Trinity. 3 days is the day that they mocked Jesus. Okay? So they only have 3 days to tempt me to break my word while I'm in prayer and fasting. Okay? Does that make sense? So, but you know immediately, though. Trust me. You know immediately if they are their guardian angel. I'll add up that video, and I'll send it to you through email so you can watch it. Okay? It's a very warm story. Very warm. And when you do meet your guardian angel, you never forget what they look like. You never forget what they look like. And when you meet them, my 3 have been in human form. Now, when you get into the dark side of it, you know immediately if it's good or bad. You know immediately. So, yes, I do believe in guardian angels. Yes, I do. Okay, let me see what the other question was that you had here. Okay, let me see. Okay. Alright, you thank me so much for my reply. I understand now. I'm glad. Even though this is really scary. Okay, let me explain that part to you. It is scary to some, but this is the calling I have. I am not wild about this, but I guess God feels that I have the courage to fight against it. That's the only thing I can say. You know what I mean? There are chosen people to do like, you have a talent. God has given me a talent. You follow what I mean? I don't like what I do. It's like having an 8-hour job and hating it. Okay? But I have to obey by what the Lord has given me and go with that. It is scary. Especially if you don't know what you're doing. That's why I put up the video about the hazards of the paranormal. Because there are people out there that think they know everything there is to know. And as I've preached before, we don't know everything. Even myself does not know it all. Because we're still searching for answers out there that we do not understand. And when you get into something that you do not understand, guaranteed you're going to get hurt. Okay? Yeah, to think that someone could bring an evil and leave it with you, I'm really interested to see how you will go about getting rid of the demon. The demon is gone. I think what I'm feeling is the compassion I have for my mother-in-law and her age and everything involved in it, the collaboration of making a daughter-in-law worry about her mother-in-law. But I do feel that there may be, since it was so strong, that there may be residue there. And what residue is leftover energy from the evil force. It's weakened, but it's basically still there, but it's not as powerful. It's like when you walk into a house and somebody comes in after you and they can sense that somebody else was in the house before they came in, see? So this is what I'm talking about, residue, okay? So you don't feel that the spirit or ghost that are here are good. Okay, let me explain to you what spirits are. Spirits they were human at one time. They lived here on earth. They died. They went to heaven. They passed on. Ghosts are non-human entities which never existed in a human form. And the only ones that's non-human is the angels and demons. You got that yin and the yang. See? Okay. And this is where a lot of people make their mistakes as for confusing it with spirits and ghosts, because it's so commonplace. This is why I ask people to educate themselves and make sure it's not garbage. Okay? I have yet to run into a good spirit. There are spirits out there that you don't feel it does any harm. And that not necessarily means that it's a loved one that has passed on. Okay? A lot of times I feel that the energy that flows in to see a ghost, okay, or a spirit, which remember was a human form at one time, you don't feel that it's out to harm you. Okay. At the time, it didn't feel that you felt in harm's way. Okay. They are so full of trickery. Go through my videos about me fasting and how they tried to work me over. And they worked me over pretty good this last time. They can come in a human form. They can act like they're an angel. That's how trickery they are. But if you give in to that fear, they feed off of that fear. And when they feed off of that fear, it's making them stronger, which means making you vulnerable to the point where it can come back and start doing what this thing has done with my mother-in-law. Now, how long this thing has been there, I have no clue. She started complaining to me about it about a year or so ago. Okay? And it has gotten worse. And it was starting to frighten her. Okay? So it means that it was getting stronger. What energy it was feeding off of, I don't know, but I do know this. My battery in my cam went dead within 45 minutes. That's how strong it was, feeding off the energy of my battery. Personally, I don't feel that there are any good spirits on this earth, only except angelic angels that God sends down to help us. Because through the 20-some years that I've been doing this, okay, I've yet to run into a good spirit. Alright? I gotta always keep in the back of my mind the trickery of Satan, basically. Alright? And his little armies. Because you take someone who's not, I'm not saying educated, but someone who is not aware of things going on around them all the time makes them vulnerable to things that happen. And most of the time, I find, is with the occult activity. Okay? The ones that I've cleaned houses out, some of the people are very religious. And like my minister and I have talked, people they can come in on anybody. You know. And like he said, Sunday morning, there's a lot of demons in that church. You know. Because the way people act after they leave the church, see. So this is part of the trickery there. So I hope I helped you in answering that. And I know I had to make a video on this because the questions were so in depth. And in order for folks to understand, you know, what it is, you know, that you're asking, it's so much easier for me to verbally do that. All right, Em, you take care tonight. Keep them questions coming. Thanks a lot. Good night.